Hello there and welcome to episode 42 of our Minecraft Let's Play. Now, before we get to the big news or the actual subject of this episode, let's just go over what we did in the previous episode, because it's been over a week since I recorded that. So of course, yes, we started on this farmer's house here, and then we built this place here, which is supposed to be like a shrine, I think, is a good way to call it. Now, I'm still thinking I should probably do like pieces of walls here and put copper lanterns on top of those. So maybe we'll get to that in a minute. But now, let's get to the name of this, or the title of this episode, which I think it will be, which is that there's some updates coming to this channel, and it's regarding the upload schedule that we currently have. So, you probably know that I've been recording every 2 days now of these episodes, and I think it's a little bit too much. I just cannot keep that going forward, especially since I'm starting university in just a month, or a little over a month. So yeah, not possible during that time. So for now, from this point onward, I think I'm going to stick with Friday and Monday as my upload days, and at some point I might go back to a more regular timeline on that sort, but at least for now, let's just stick with that, because simply I do not think I've got enough time in my hands to do this stuff every day or every second day for well over an hour. Now, of course, the episode takes an hour, but I have to check everything is working, which takes like 5 to 10 minutes. Then I have to, of course, record, which takes roughly an hour. And then there's the editing, the thumbnails, the video titles, descriptions, all of that, which does take a lot of time. And as an example, last week, this week, I came back yesterday, or 2 days ago. 2 days ago, during the night. So yeah, I was away for roughly over a week, and you probably didn't notice that, so there's no big updates for you in that sense. But for me, it was quite difficult recording all of the episodes beforehand, which was like, I can't even tell you, probably like 15 hours worth of just recording. So I spent 2 days doing that, which is a lot, to be honest, on a small hobby, which isn't really growing at this point. Of course, the way to grow this is to release more episodes, which ironically I'm slowing down on. But I think there are some things that could improve now that I'm doing this. I'm trying to look for... Oh, I've got them in my inventory. So, of course, since I'm doing it twice a week, Monday and Friday, I've got more time to prepare in between those episodes on like small things such as higher quality. I can pre-plan these episodes at least slightly more than what I'm doing right now. I can edit better. Probably still sticking with the style I have currently because I like it. It's funny. I don't know. I don't want this to be like overly complicated on the editing side, so just doing small additions somewhere is good enough for me. And then of course the video subjects, I can improve on those. I probably already mentioned that, but that's just rephrased in a better way. And then there is all of the thumbnails, all of that. Just I'm hoping that with this I can improve those. And also, almost forgot, my plan was to start recording voiceovers, and as an example, when I go mining, I could make a video about a specific subject, which I will do a voiceover on the mining part, and that would be basically the main subject of that episode instead of the mining. And I could then utilize even the mining clips that are probably a little bit too boring if I do them in bulk, and I could make a different episode about that. But yeah, I can't really do that right now because it takes double the time that a normal episode would, and I simply don't have time for that, especially in the future. But yeah, I think that's it. There's this small update. So yeah, I will keep on going with these episodes, and I definitely am not planning to stop soon. But there just has to be some sacrifices, I guess you could say. Or I'd say this is more dialed in than what I had before, because, well, simply I did not know how much time this stuff would take, because I did not do this before. This is my first time doing this. So yeah, obviously, there is a learning curve to this stuff, and I think one of the learning curves for this part now is that I just have to stop doing so many episodes, which take so long to make. So yeah, nothing more, except that, of course, for this part. So yeah, let's continue this build. So yeah, in the previous episode we started this, I already mentioned that, but I just want to return to the subject. So there's this wheat field, which is quite small, but I think it's still enough for a house to be built right next to it. So we are sticking with the house build, and hopefully I can make like some hay storage place as well in this episode. Let's hopefully get to that in just a minute. Let's place a brick there and take that away. What else? Of course, it's a bit weird, like as an example, this here is sticking out, but then there's parts where maybe it shouldn't stick out as much. Like that as an example. I think I'll switch this. I forgot I have the sword now. I tried to use my axe. There we go. So maybe place that there. And we can just do something like that to fix that part there. Now, what else can we do here? Could replace this and put it here, but I don't think that's a good idea. I think we can probably mimic the other side and just pull this out just a little bit. Now, of course, we then have to replace that lantern elsewhere, but that's fine. Have we got any... No, we haven't got any oaks. No, we need oak to replace that part of the wall. But I think we might just need oak overall, because we are quite certainly out of that. There's already some honey, but not enough to warrant a restacking in that source. I don't want to bother with that stuff just yet. Now, it's a good thing we took some oak logs from there, because, well, we need some for the interior as well, I think. So let's do that, and then, since these are both that and that was bricks, I think that's just fine as a brick slab part. Now, this is quite heavy on this area here, but I think that will go quite well with the build otherwise. Let's continue with the polished. Oh, actually, I'm running out. Probably need to get some more. Same with the just granite slabs. Oh my. I only made more of the brick slabs. So let's find a quick fix to that. Can I access it from here? Yes, I can. Let's take... I think a stack each is fine. We're gonna use quite many here. Now I'm thinking we could just use what we've got inside, like these here. Just put them up by one block, so that we would make this roof here. But I think it might just look better if we don't do that. So let's just not stick with that plan. Let's just use the ones that are sticking out. And let's cover the rest. Now, how do we want to do this part then? I think I want to somehow still connect these together. Like this brick here and this brick here. So let's go with something like that. And then we can do something along those lines. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, and then let's go from here and do batches of these as well. Like that, then... Oh. That goes there. I think that can be polished. And... we can switch those up. And we can do something like this. Let's get back to the roof. I think it's better to see that whole thing from there. Actually, let's... Probably got those. Thank you. That was quite difficult. So yeah, I think I want to do this polished part just a bit more. There we go, I think that's fine. And then that can be bricks. I think that can be bricks. Those can be just regular granite slabs. But I think that's it. I think that's fine. And I'm quite fine with this roof. Now we just have to figure out what we do here. Since we've got the lantern, we can't really place it there. That would look stupid. So let's do something else then. Maybe let's go and make some stairs. Yeah, that's good. That's good. We can take the shovel and do a small trigger here. Like so. I think that's fine. And then inside, start with the... Huh. I'm now thinking, should this be shelves or should it be just regular walls? Because this is... It takes quite a lot of space. But then again, it would also look kind of stupid to have this beam here and then just half a wall. But let's just go with that. I think that's fine. Then we have to have a door somewhere here. Is it on that or that side? Actually, I don't know. Do I have the living room here or do I have the bedroom there? I'm thinking bedroom right now. But I'm also thinking that this is quite a weird living room situation. So maybe I should have the bedroom here and then the living room there. Which would mean that this is all open space. Which then I don't have to double with changing the window there. I think that's fine. I think let's go with that. Alright. So, what do we do here then? Let's pull this out just by one block more. Let's take the correct logs. And I think that's fine then. We have that there, so we have a small nook there. And a bed probably here. I think that's good. Yep. And then for this place, let's do a small eating nook here. Just like a breakfast area. And then we can have a... Let's see. Maybe let's have a sofa here. Quite a large one. And then we can make up a TV or something on that wall. Let's actually try something like this. Also, I am slowly running out of my pickaxe power, durability, so I think at some point we have to replace that. Let's go with dark oak doors, since we've got them in our inventory. It's quite easy to use them then. I think that's fine. It pops out just a little bit, but I think it's not too drastic. I think that's fine. And then maybe we'll have a painting here as well. Or we could have a hanging lantern there. Actually don't know. It is quite bare right now. Maybe let's just have like a painting. And then we can have... I'm thinking... It is quite dark. But also there's lighting there. There's lighting here. I think it's too much if there's one light there as well. So, yeah, let's leave it like that. Then we need an iron door. And we need bamboo for scaffolding. I think there's some bamboo probably in here. Let's go and make sure. There's 7 bamboo. Is that enough? I'm not sure. It's enough. Roughly. I mean, nearly, but it is enough. So yeah, I've been also thinking about maybe starting a 100 days series, but it's basically it's everything. Everyone is doing that right now, so maybe it's just going with the flow instead of what I want to do personally, and that's also why I'm doing the Let's Play, because I think no one nowadays does these anymore, and I personally like watching these, and I think the way I'm doing this is quite calming, even though I am quite hectic at times on these videos, because I just can't keep with one subject. I have to bounce on different things. But I think other than that, I do think it's a good thing that these are like slower in their pace. And also, like, if you sleep at night and you want something calming, or if you just want something calming overall going on in the background while you're doing something, I think these videos are quite great for that. At least in my opinion. Of course, I'm the one making these, so of course I would think that. But yeah, it's just my opinion. And just my preference, and I think there's enough brain rot already going on that I don't need to be one of those people in order to quote-unquote make it right here, out here. Maybe at some point I will. I've been thinking about doing like some sort of short form content, but I think it's gonna be... I think it's just gonna be like highlights, and that's how I basically advertise these videos. But I haven't decided yet how I'm gonna do it, so right now I haven't got any ideas. Let's see, I've got some red wool. Let's do the 3 of those. I actually think I could have just done with 1. Am I mistaken? No. Okay, so that was a blunder of 3 extra orange dies, but it's 3 dies. Who cares? So we've got this. We need the iron door still. Also running quite low on those. Only got 6 left. So maybe at some point we need to go back to the dungeon and get some more from there. It's quite cheap to just go and mine it from that place. Do you want it to face the other way? There we go. And then let's do scaffolding. Let's not do that. instead let's do a pressure plate. Because it looks like a plate. And oh, I have to get more. There we go. Some oak stairs. That's stupid. Let's not do that. What's this look? Oh, I can't place that there. Never mind. Not then. So let's do that there. And we've got the oak stairs. How do we want to do this? I think that's fine. Just a small nook there. And then we can do a side table here. I'm looking at all my blocks. I'm thinking whether I should do something other than that. Let's make slabs and do little bookshelves. That can be... Yeah, I think that's fine. So that's like a bedside table. That's good. So now this room is done. We forgot to make paintings, which is a bummer. But let's figure out this. Meanwhile, I think this is a good shelf. It resembles a Lundia shelf, which is I think a Finnish company. Might be wrong in that. But yeah, they're quite common here. And they look quite, I don't know, minimalistic. They're quite bare bones. But I do like them. They're quite cool looking. Let's take some more of those for the future. And then let's take 20 wool. And I think we've got plenty of jungle wood. So let's use that. And then let's do paintings. Okay. There we go. And we can leave the 4 there. There we go. Now 16 paintings is a lot. But it will also go quite quickly. I think this place already gets 2. Actually, do you want it to be just 2 wide like so? And then also this place has to have some limitations. Let's do... I think that's fine. Now we could also hide this. I think that's quite boring. Maybe let's do 1 painting here as well. Let's place that there. There we go. And I think this is starting to be done then. It is quite... I don't know. It doesn't look as grand as some of the other buildings, but I think that's fine. I am quite settled with this building here. And then, of course, we have to make the hay storage somewhere, hay bale storage. I'm thinking this place here, but I think there could be some other areas for it as well. Thinking maybe like just putting it up by a couple of blocks so that we don't get any mice or anything that come in. Of course, this is all imaginary. There are no mice in this game, at least not yet, to my knowledge. You can actually do something like this. And then again here, like so. And we need a crafting table. There we go. And let's do all of these overlocks into planks, and then we need at least 9 slabs. With 3 more. Then of course I run out of jungle wood. That's unfortunate. Okay, let's do the door, and also got the ladders. The door can be there. And then, of course, we need the entrance. Okay, let's do that then. Do something like that, so it doesn't actually touch the ground. Kind of just like goes near it, but that way you don't get mice in. And let's do door there. And let's fill the rest before we get the additions. We can do probably a mixed roof for this one as well. Okay, I think that's fine. Let's go and get some of the hay that we need, and also some jungle logs. And now I could have counted how many I need, but of course I didn't. So let's get 16 more, and then we need hay bales. Let's take 6. Actually, no, let's take all 11. So we also want some to be just left somewhere. Get rid of that. Maybe place one there. Just a couple there. And maybe then that's enough. Then let's get up here. I think that's fine. For that storage, we can do something like that. And then these last two, let's put one there, I guess. And let's do a second one actually here. Yep, that's fine. And we don't actually, I don't want to have those in my inventory. So let's get rid of those. And then let's do the roof for this building. I do need just a couple more. I don't have that there. On stone cutter. We do need a couple more brick slabs. So let's go and make some. And now, let's get on the roof and let's make this completely done. I do notice an issue. I think that can be fixed by not simply putting anything there. That of course is this part of the roof here. But yeah, I think just not doing anything there is fine. Let's see. Then do just some polished parts here. That's good. Okay, maybe this part doesn't have any of the overhangs. I think that's fine. And then let's close that up, and we can do a lantern there. It looks a little bit odd, but I think that's fine. So yeah, this is now the actual storage for all of the hay, and these are kind of like in-betweeners. So yeah, I don't yet know what I'm gonna do other than this build. Of course, I still have to plan this statue and my actual house. Now, the starter house that we built there, it's quite good, but I think there's some improvement that could be made on that matter that I will get to at some point. Now let me actually go and grab something to drink before I continue this episode. So, be right back. Well, that's a blooper. So, yes, we are back. And from this point onward, I don't actually know what to do. I was thinking that this would take the entire episode, but here we are. So again, this is one of those things that I didn't plan for. And I think not making as many videos as I am right now, even this one is quite, well, this is pre-planned. the main subject of this episode, but I think even this one could have some improvement on what I'm doing, basically. So yeah, let's just get rid of everything in my inventory. And I think let's clean up what we did in the previous episode. Actually, I might use the paintings because I think that's quite undone still in the most of my builds. But yeah, I think we'll just clean up what we've done in other areas of this and that build, and of course that one. So there's that small construction zone there, I guess you could call it. That's weird. Let's have... No, it's a stupid spot for anything. I didn't even actually know that can happen. Okay, let's try again. Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, let's clean up and then let's think about what to do next. I could have some bushes here or some decoration that I don't currently have. So let's maybe come up with that as well. It's fine. Let's do one painting here as well. And perhaps this wall could use something as well. That's fine. Let's go and check on the pumpkins and melons that we've got here. They're quite well grown. They haven't popped out anything yet. We're doing something wrong. They're not grow on stone. I'm quite certain they can, but maybe I'm wrong. I think... Oh no. That was a stupid thing to do. But yeah, maybe we should figure out something other than that than do that as well. Let's just fix this real quick. Don't want to have that just not be there. Yeah, maybe we'll switch it to dirt then. So I do think dirt at least will work. Well, looking at that, it should. We've got so much stuff here. And so much stuff here. I think, yeah, it's gonna take a while to decode everything, I guess. Just sort them again into our chests. Maybe we shouldn't sort them in our chests. Maybe we should figure out something else that we can do instead of that. So yeah, let's see if this works by switching these to dirt. And if there's pumpkins and melons growing on this side, but not that side, then let's switch to that side as well. At least, I think, like earlier, when I played the game, I would at least go on and say that it's been fine growing on top of stone. But maybe that's just a Mandela effect, where I think something happened and it actually didn't. Okay. I think we are ready here. Let's collect that lava so that we've got extra when we run out of the ones that we currently have. And then I think let's just start dumping everything back to chests. And the shulker boxes, of course. So let's see, I think this could use some tough, at least. We've got some, but not much in our inventory, so let's get some more. And maybe we'll do just one stack more, like so. I think that's ready now, so let's dump that there. And then we can Oh right, because we've got the roof materials as well. I think let's just dump them there. Don't really need them right now. So, good riddance. Those there. That's the log slash, I mean wood slash decoration chest. So place that there. Get rid of the diamond home. Need to collect that honey soon. Before we do that, let's just collect all of this. We've got 2 places in our inventory, so we can take that, and we could... Should we just leave that? It is quite central. Maybe we'll leave that there. We can take the crafting table and the bed away, though, because we don't really need those. Okay, and let's just dump everything to their original-ish places. Opa. Those go there as well. Those go there. And I think we are getting ready to continue to the next projects. Yeah, I think this is fine. So, let's do that. Now I think we should have more than that. Have I misplaced a shulker box? So I'm thinking we should have like 8. That was less than 8. Oh, I placed one under there. It's full of dirt, right? So that's 8 then. Okay, so we've got everything. Okay, my bad. Let's go and collect the honey. And then we should probably start planning what we can do in the next episode. Which will now be, instead of on Sunday, it will be coming out on Monday. And of course, on Monday then, the next episode after that will be on Friday. And I think that will be permanent, because I don't think I can keep on going, as I've said quite multiple times right now in this episode. I think this is not a good way to continue this channel, and I will burn myself out before I actually want to. Of course, I don't ever want to burn out. Let's go and collect all of these pumpkins. I've got quite many plans for this series still, so yeah, let's not burn out just yet. And also, let's try and keep growing this channel and also posting videos. And hopefully, hopefully, I won't be stopping this anytime soon. Well, looking at this, I do think we should probably change how this is working. Also, maybe we should add lighting to this side as well, because these have not grown, which is quite alarming. Okay, let's start by getting rid of these. This is the durability 177. And this is efficiency 4, so we need to get to level 30, and we need to get one more efficiency 4 pickaxe. That'd be 6. So yeah, one more efficiency 4 pickaxe, and then we can combine that with this, and we can get a maximum level diamond pickaxe. It's like 2 birds with 1 stone, practically. There we go. And let's get from here. Oh my, it's already grown again. There we go. And now we can dump this here. And we've got so much sugarcane. We should probably get the rest from the farm as well. And then we can go and sell those. And that will most likely be the end of the episode. But don't leave just yet. I think I've got still some things to say. So yeah, I've been also thinking that I should probably at some point try to do like special episodes where, as an example, the episodes are longer than what they are right now. I'm not sure if that will be like called a supercut or something, where I'll be, as an example, making a 100 days combination of this episode here, or like these episodes, the Let's Play episodes, and then just, as an example, making a, like, one of the first 100 days, and then second of the 100 to 200 days. But I'm not sure if anyone will watch that stuff. Of course, that's not the main point, but I'm thinking, is it watchable more than is anybody gonna watch it? Of course, I've been doing this even though there's not that many people watching it right now, but that's not what I mean, of course. This is wonderful. Let's go our new bridge, and let's look at that beautiful waterfall that we made just a couple of episodes ago. Actually can't remember how many it's been. Probably like 4, maybe 5. But yeah, this path is really great. I think it helps a lot in traversing to this place here. And let's go the entire way. Accidentally took damage there. And we should probably make a little bit safer way down here as well. Let's see. Place you there. Goodbye. And let's just start selling to these guys. In just a minute, let's actually sleep first. There we go. Hello there. I will sell you everything I've got. And it's already gone. That was extremely quick. Okay. Well, it was a good deal, as long as it lasted. Then let's get to this librarian, if he wants to look at me. There we go. There we go. And of course it would sell me glass, as an example. Also, I didn't even know. Multiple candles. I knew it sells candles, but I didn't know that it sells different colors. I thought it's only possible to get like one sort for each villager. That's good to know. But of course it won't really help us at this point. Now we just need to wait for these guys to refresh their trades so I can get these in. But while we're waiting for that, I think we can end the episode. So yes, I've gotten some feedback from a larger YouTuber friend who basically just gave me some ideas, and I've also asked my friends, I've also thought about it myself, and I think just the logical way to keep going is to not make this extremely, as an example, overhyped, over-energized, because that's not the way I want to be doing these, and that's not my style of playing or recording. But of course, yeah, for now, expect just the same long-form content, so roughly 45 to 60 minutes. Expect same, I know it's kind of like lazy style of editing, but I like it. And, well, first of all, it's not too hard, and second of all, I think it just suits the gameplay. I think it just suits the style I'm going for. So I'll be sticking with that. And then expect at some point, when I get to it, of course the first one will be the hardest to make, for sure. But expect at some point that I'll be making the voiceovers. And also at some point I will get to what mods and stuff I'm using. I've already promised to do that quite many times. I've already mentioned that in the comments as well, but I just haven't gotten to it. I'm not sure how I'm going to be making that video. And also, the same goes with the Distant Horizons mod. I just haven't added it because it would take me a while to try that out. And with the extremely high output that I've been going on of every second day, it just doesn't, I don't think it will work that way. And I don't think I can get anything done except, of course, these videos with no actual point in them within that time frame. So yes, I'll be nearly halving my output, but also I think that will help my quality overall in the long term, and hopefully these will be a lot more watchable that way. But yeah, if you disagree, leave that in the comments. If you agree, please tell me that I'm doing the right job here. You can do that in the comments as well. Otherwise, that's it for this episode. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.